Let's see how they worked it in this one. Yeah. Go away, winner. Your adventure begins. You cast your gaze over the enormous mountain landscape. You have traveled across the globe seeking out adventure. But this island is like nothing you've ever seen before. As far as you can tell, it is largely unexplored. The only information you can find were a few rumors about an unknown occupying force. We totally didn't steal that from Tomb Raider. Right. The outcome is unknown. On the way here, you stumbled across abandoned property in lost places. You wonder what happened here, what secrets the island is keeping. Then you shake your head. It might be nice to have some answers, but your goal is clear. Reach the summit. That is why you're here. That is what drives you. Just that there are no misunderstandings, this is not about surfing. In order. Left click, right click. Alternatively, you can press the move button. Move or stop your character. You can also use the speed button to make your character walk faster. This effect does not impact your stats in the game. And oh, yeah, okay, that's a mountain, alright. Oops. The summit is up there. We want to get there. We are this person. We have a backpack with a tent and a tutorial that pops up. I'm gonna deactivate that. It seems like the bad kind of tutorial. Climbing rope reduces the energy cost of climbing for a limited time, 3 hours. Hot tea. We manage body temperature and energy. Climbing has an energy cost. Resting is in the tent. You can use these 3 times. There's daytime, weather, height. In the death zone, you lose oxygen. Death zone. There are... okay. It seems like it's more of a puzzle game than I thought it would. And I find the camera perspective to be very weird. So, can I... I can't use the keyboard to move the camera, which is a bit of a pity. Time lapse, toggle, move and stop move. Character does only move when you give them a waypoint. A gust of wind catches you and you almost fall into a deep fissure. You flail wildly with your arms, trying to keep your balance. Suddenly, someone grabs your wrist and pulls you back from the edge. That was close. Just a second later and you would have fallen to your death. You sternly tell yourself that you really have to pay more attention. No need to press your luck when there is danger at every turn. I don't really understand this emptiness here, and then the outcome is unknown. Your knees still weak, you take a look at your rescuer. She's a young woman in a threadbare anorak. There's a green stone fastened around her neck with a leather strap. Fascinated, you stare at the hand-carved charm. Its soft glow is almost hypnotizing. Stranger coughs without saying a word, holds out some provisions for you to take. Oh, she's got frostburn, right? You want to give her something in return, so you search through your pack. You finally find something, look up, but the strange woman is gone. Bizarre meeting, but you can't help but be grateful for her help. Continue my journey. We got an oxygen bottle. Nice. Sleep screen. No, sleep screen. Briefly or long sleep is possible. Impact on the time frame. And then we have these unassuming quest markers that we could reach. Wanted. But we plan our route up by moving the camera a lot. This seems like the easy path. Not what I expected. Get up there. So you can... Okay. Okay. Thing is... Facts that are influenced by the current mountain, the environment, and currently active equipment. Click to see the individual. Okay, let's climb up. How that works. Oh. Costs us energy. And sanity. So it's a bit like a mix of puzzle... No, not puzzling. But planning and randomness and... exploration? The game said on its description page, one thing which I found interesting, these climbs are different every time. So you can't learn and copy. You have to analyze every mountain because it's unique. That's pretty cool. It's much slower paced than I thought it would be. I don't know what I expected really. It's just, I don't know. Apparently I had an image in my head. A jingling fills the air around you, harmonious and melodious, followed by the sound of falling rain. Follow the sound to discover tubes of metal and wood tied together in a bare tree top, dancing and striking each other in the wind. You watch the wind chimes and lose yourself in the fleeting melodies. You regain... sanity or health? Sanity. We haven't lost any health yet. So we see now that from here we can't reach the summit. And what happens if I can't path that far? That is pretty cool. Right? If I say I want to be there, the game gives me a path. And I think that is the only way up. Can't. Right? We can't get to the summit any other way. Unless we circle around the mountain, maybe. It's a way there. But I don't see if I can get from here to there. because I can't move around the mountain. Which kind of makes sense because she can't really see that far, can she? So I say we grab whatever equipment that is and then make our way to the east side of the mountain. I think they could have done better with the backdrop. That's very crappy resolution. This is, you know, this is one of those games where I would say the concept is really, really unique and the idea is kind of cool, but the execution lacks a bit of finesse. As you lean against the rock face, you notice a hollow behind a huge boulder. Someone has left some provisions there. Yeah, use a branch. We can use tools. You look for a sturdy branch to use as a lever. The boulder falls to one side with a dull crash, allowing you to reach the provisions. XP and more oxygen. So we get skill. Okay, we go that far. Let's go here. Go here first. I think the game's better when you play it slow. I just wanted to see how fast she gets. Put in a stop. Right. This is where nightfall is happening. I nearly think, oh, it's colder at night, of course. I nearly think it would be really good to have this as an optional perspective and have another one that is, you know, like an over the shoulder, but with first person camera. No, not over the shoulder with first person camera. Maybe an over the shoulder with a free camera, instead of holding down the mouse and turning the camera weirdly around your character. Or maybe also first person view, why not? I mean, yeah. So we can still go for a bit. But I guess it's gonna get more dangerous at night. So there are two ways to that location. Go this way or this way. But it's a steep climb each time anyway. I wonder if it makes sense to rest before your energy is completely depleted. Like if there's body temperature is going down per hour. It's your first descent, your sanity is going down. Warm nights, thick air, here with that. I guess this is gonna get much more difficult later in the game. Cave. Caves contain bears. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you have decisions to make when your inventory needs to be used. snack. You need to decide when to use inventory. Weather can probably change. But the atmosphere is not grabbing me as such, which is a bit of a pity. I kind of expected it to be more, I don't know, different. It's my fault, I picked easy. It's dry and sheltered from the wind. Further back you see a small tunnel leading into the darkness. Have a sleep. $10 or 6 hours? You lose a lot of daylight like that. A bit weird that I can't pick another duration. And then I have these marked encounters, which I think makes it rather boring. I would prefer them to be invisible so that I randomly happen upon a cave or a person. Oh, those are maybe not stable? Ah, they are unstable. Yeah. I think that nearly kills the game for me. Is that optional? Maybe I can. No, if I disable the head-up display, everything else stays. It is a rather simple game. For free, I gladly took a look now. We are also learning skills or something. You discover a large leather saddlebag lying on the ground. Right next to it, you discover faded hoof prints. What? You find some herbs in the saddlebag, which reduce your health but increase your sanity. Yeah, I think I'll have to stop. This is not what I wanted it to be. I kind of want to see a skill point though. The rocky landscape in front of you is scarred by an elongated fissure. On the other side you see a strangely regular block of stone. Something on top is reflecting. You slowly approach the edge of the fissure. A narrow wooden bridge with a rope at hip height leads across. Yeah, okay. The wood groans under your weight as you step onto the bridge. The glittering object turns out to be some valuable equipment. Boots. On stone, I have less energy cost. Level up. Controlled breathing. Increased oxygen gain per hour. Increased maximum oxygen. Mindfulness. It is a limited time effect for 48 hours. Whenever you reach a point of interest, gain sanity. Reduced energy costs when moving and climbing for preserving for 24 hours. Controlled breathing is a permanent bonus until the end of the mission. So after this mountain, you would have to learn controlled breathing again. You know, if I would have done this, I've done it differently. I would have done it differently. Because every mountain is different, that's pretty cool. But if I have to learn the same useful skills over and over and over and over again, every mountain will be the same. Right? And I don't really want to go to the summit. Really interesting idea, but I'm not a fan of how they did put it in a game frame context. I don't like the blinking. Like, there's even a picture on it what it is. If the atmosphere works for you, right? I kind of need to see if the bubbles are still there in this difficulty. Yeah. The colors are all washed out, and the list is too long, and it will get longer. But still, it's a cool idea. But it feels a bit cheap and not thought through. Maybe I'm just not a mountain climbing person. That's also possible.